Well, good morning and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now I've got this little unidentified phragmipedium in front of me which isn't doing very well. Everything's going black on it. I've had to cut the centre leaf off there. It's going black, but it has flowered before. But I've lost the label. I don't know what it is, but I think it's some sort of Cavacii hybrid, and the roots are hard, and I've had it in this medium. But I've been and bought some rock wool, because I've noticed that rock wool has a pH around about 7.7, 7.8, something like that. And this is what anything that's to do with Cavacii they do like. So I'm just wondering if this has been a little bit too acid. Well, you can see I've got some rock wool cubes here which have been soaked in oil water. I've just squeezed them out a little bit. I've added some charcoal and some perlite. So I'm going to mix it up into this one, and then I'm going to give it another watering with oil water, and then we'll put it on one side and see if it does any better. Because I've never used a mix like this before, but I know a lot of people do use perlite and rock wool together. So we'll see how this one goes, if it picks up or it doesn't do any good at all. So I'm hoping that the high pH that the rock wool does have, 7.7, 7.8, something like that, will help towards the cultivation better of these phragmipediums that aren't doing too well. I don't think when you feed, you should feed at a very high level, because the rock wool will absorb plenty of the fertilizer. So I think you should go easy on that and flush quite regularly. Anyhow, we'll see how we go. Well, I'll just mix this lot together here, and we're not going to overpot it. It was in quite a large pot before, but it's I'm just choosing this smaller one. So we'll put a few in. Make sure we can get it at the right depth. I mean, I've never planted with rock wool before, so I don't know whether you press it down or just leave it. But I'm sure it'll find its own level once it's watered. Well, I must admit, it doesn't take long to plant, and it holds the plant firmly in its place. It had one or two new little growths on the side, but I'm just hoping this will help it. Right, we won't do anything else but leave it like that and see what happens. And I think I'll do a few more in it. Well, here's a turn up for the books. I've just unpotted a little plant. In fact, I was looking at my plants and wondering which ones to throw away. And I looked at this one, and it was a little bit of a plant that was stuck on the rootstock of a Phragmipedium Cavacii, and there was dead roots all over the place. This is the only root it had, and I was going to throw it away, but when I took it out of the pot, look at this. Whoops. There's a growth there. There's a little growth there, and there's two growths there. So I can't really throw this one away, can I? Well, it just goes to show you don't throw anything away, because anything can happen. And the roots on these are hard, but it's been in this pot for, I would say, 18 months and done nothing. But we'll put it in the perlite, so that might improve it, having a high pH, because This is the one plant in Phragmipediums that loves a very high pH. The others ones like sort of a neutral to slightly alkaline, but they all like watering or feeding, or watering and feeding with a slightly acid pH. So we'll put this one into the rock wall and put it on one side to see what happens. You know, we can have a look at that in a bit. Well, seeing as we're looking at the Phragmipediums, we'll just have a look at this one. This is Robert Yanqueni, and going a bit brown down there and brown there, and a few leaves, although they're hard, they're yellow. So this has been on the drip system, so we'll have a look what it's like. Well, everything's wet through, the roots are hard. That one's not. Yep, but it wants a good clean up. So we'll take this off. There's a little new growth starting there. There's a new root starting there. So what can we do with this? It's a little bit damp round the bottom. So what we'll do now is we'll put a little bit of, well, this time I'll put some cinnamon on. You see, in a lot of videos I watch, most people use cinnamon, so why shouldn't I use it? So we'll put some cinnamon on there, around at the bottoms. Don't get it on the roots much, just a little bit, just to dry it out there. And here. So I'll put that bit of cinnamon on. This isn't dead yet. There's a new growth coming up down there. So we'll get this back in its pot and put it back on the drip system. 1, 2, 3. Well, I've cut all the brown leaves off and I've treated it with cinnamon, and we'll see how this goes. I just potted up into the same stuff because this was fine. Little 2 litre pot there. Get it to the right depth, a bit more. Yeah, I don't want to plant the bottom of the plant up under the media. I want it just above. Totally unlike the Paphiopedilums, where you just bury the bottom of the leaves in the media, but not with frags. That could cause a lot of rot on them. When you see in the wild, it's only the roots that live in water, not that part of the plant. I've got my big glasses on today, if you've noticed. I haven't got my contact lenses in. And I'm still waiting to have my cataracts done, but I don't know how long I'm going to wait, I've no idea. I I mean, the weather here absolutely has been dreadful this week. Absolutely awful. At the moment it's, I think it's either 14 or 15 degrees outside. It's dry at the moment, there's no wind, and last night it went down to 9 centigrade. So, and this is the middle of our summers. But there's hope tomorrow. It might brighten up a little bit. So that's that one done. So let's hope that one's alright. We'll put that back on the drip system and keep our fingers crossed. Well, I've cut all the brown leaves off and I've treated it with cinnamon, and we'll see how this goes. I'll just pot it up into the same stuff because this was fine. Little 2 litre pot there. Get it to the right depth, a bit more. Yeah, I don't want to plant the bottom of the plant up under the media. I want it just above. Totally unlike the Paphiopedilums, where you just bury the bottom of the leaves in the media, but not with frags. That could cause a lot of rot on them. When you see in the wild, it's only the roots that live in water, not that part of the plant. I've got my big glasses on today, if you've noticed. I haven't got my contact lenses in. And I'm still waiting to have my cataracts done, but I don't know how long I'm going to wait, I've no idea. I mean, the weather here absolutely has been dreadful this week. Absolutely awful. At the moment it's, I think it's either 14 or 15 degrees outside. It's dry at the moment, there's no wind, and last night it went down to 9 centigrade. So, and this is the middle of our summers. But there's hope tomorrow. It might brighten up a little bit. So that's that one done. So let's hope that one's alright. We'll put that back on the drip system and keep our fingers crossed. Well, these are the 3 plants I've potted up into the rock wool and perlite, and we'll see how they get on. But I've not much more for you today, so thank you very much for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers, and until next time, which I hope is tomorrow, I will see you later. Bye.